Argentina's diverse geography is one of the country's main attractions. It encompasses everything from harsh deserts to humid jungles and long ocean beaches to the soaring Andes. Stretching from the subtropical north to the subantarctic regions of beautiful Patagonia in the south, Argentina's cultural, artistic and architectural heritage is just as diverse, drawing upon influences from around the world. With its wonderful barrios, including colourful arts neighbourhoods such as La Boca, Old World Recoleta, and trendy districts like Palermo, Buenos Aires sometimes feels more like Europe than Latin America. This lively capital city is the best place to begin sightseeing. It's also the best place to learn tango, the most iconic of Argentinian dances. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Argentina. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So now let's cut to the chase. At 10, beaches of Mar del Plata. Some of the best beaches in South America are in the relatively modern city of Mar del Plata on the Atlantic coast 400 kilometers from Buenos Aires. Here, the beautiful beaches sprawl for more than 8 kilometers of coast that's also marked by windswept dunes and dramatic cliffs. Nearest Mar del Plata's modern cruise ship ports are the Chica and Grande beaches. Once a playground for the rich, the city is a mix of fine old mansions which mingle with newer resorts along the city's splendid waterfront with its numerous parks, squares and gardens. Mar del Plata is home to the excellent Juan Manuel Fangio Museum, dedicated to one of the world's greatest Formula One drivers and containing more than 100 cars and 500 trophies. A highlight is an exhibit dedicated to the first automobile, an 1886 Daimler. One of the most popular things to do for families is a visit to the Mar del Plata Aquarium, with its many marine attractions, including dolphin and seal shows, penguins, tortoises and flamingos. Next up at 9, historic Córdoba Cathedral. In central Argentina, a 5-hour drive from Buenos Aires, Córdoba is the country's second largest city and is often used as a stopover on trips into the Andes. Most of the city's finest old buildings date back to the early colonial period of the 16th century. Explore the historical centre of the city around Plaza San Martín, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here you'll find the beautiful Cathedral of Córdoba, a splendid mix of Baroque and neoclassical styles that can trace its roots back to the original Roman Catholic Church built here in 1580. Highlights of the structure, much of which dates from the 18th century, include an ornate interior with exquisite 20th century frescoes and murals painted by leading Argentinian artist Emilio Carafa, a native of Córdoba. Note also the unique silver altar and an important collection of gold votive offerings. Below, the crypts are the final resting place of a number of important Argentinians. One of the favourite things to do in Argentina is learn to tango. And you can take classes at the Cabildo, a culture centre, and mix with locals who go there to dance. And now, at 8, Mendoza. Undoubtedly one of Argentina's most beautiful cities, filled with Art Deco architecture, Mendoza is as popular with outdoor enthusiasts in winter as it is in summer. When the snow flies, skiers from across South America experience some of the Andes' best ski slopes at the popular resorts of Las Leñas, renowned for its steep terrain, and Los Penitentes, just 25 kilometers from the border with Chile. In the summer, these same areas are popular among hikers and climbers, many aiming for the top of the 6,960-meter tall Aconcagua mountain. Other outdoor activities include whitewater rafting and trail riding, with some riding stables offering overnight adventures with camping under the stars. Also famous for its olive oil production, Mendoza has many other attractions, including a number of museums and annual festivals, as well as a bustling central market, Mercado Central, where locals buy produce, meat and fish, and where visitors can find food stalls and restaurants. At 7, Bariloche and the Route of the Seven Lakes. Usually simply referred to as Bariloche, San Carlos de Bariloche is a lively city set in the midst of Nahuel Huapi National Park and Patagonia's Northern Lake District. Skiers, especially those from the Northern Hemisphere seeking snow in the height of the northern summer, flock to Bariloche for nearby Cerro Cathedral, the tallest of its peaks and a popular ski resort. One of the largest ski resorts in South America, Cerro Cathedral includes more than 100 kilometers of ski terrain and is particularly popular for its stunning views over Nahuel Huapi Lake in the middle of the national park. Bariloche is a center for active adventure and for exploring the park's mountains, lakes, waterfalls, forests, glaciers and extinct volcanoes. Although the region is rich in opportunities for hiking, rafting, cycling and climbing, a driving circuit known as the Route of the Seven Lakes takes tourists to the alpine lakes of Nahuel Huapi, Espejo, Escondido, Falkner, Vilarino, Correntoso and Machonico. Next up at 6, Ushuaia, the end of the world. Really? At the southern end of Argentina, Patagonia is famous for its spectacular landscapes, a dramatic mix of the Andes and long stretches of plains and plateaus. Most adventures here start in Ushuaia, the world's southernmost city. Established as a penal colony in the early 20th century and now a popular jumping-off point for trips to Antarctica or around Cape Horn, this town on Beagle Channel is surrounded by a unique landscape of mountains, sea, glaciers and woods on the edge of the Tierra del Fuego National Park, with its spectacular scenery and diverse flora and fauna. Popular places to visit include the San Juan de Salvamento Lighthouse, also known as the End of the World Lighthouse, built in 1884 on the Isla de los Estados, and the End of the World Museum. Here you'll find exhibits relating to the region's natural history, Aboriginal life and early penal colonies. The Maritime Museum of Ushuaia is housed in the town's notorious former military prison, is worth visiting for its many maritime artifacts and scale models of famous ships such as Darwin's Beagle. Named for Darwin's ship, the Beagle Channel cuts through the heart of the national park, and you can board a boat in Ushuaia to cruise through this historic waterway. And now at 5, Puerto Madryn and the Valdés Peninsula. The city of Puerto Madryn lies on the shores of Golfo Nuevo in one of the most sheltered places on the Patagonian coast. Founded by Welsh settlers in 1886, the city's deep water port and abundant nature reserves make it one of the most popular cruise destinations in Argentina. Its rugged coastline attracts water sports enthusiasts, particularly windsurfers who enjoy defying the strong Patagonian winds. Nature lovers find plenty of things to do in the Valdés Peninsula, an important nature reserve listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its diverse wildlife. Guided tours of the reserve are a must, and visitors normally leave having seen everything from right whales, here to mate and calve, along with elephant seals, sea lions and orcas. It's also an important breeding ground for migratory shorebirds, in particular Magellanic penguins. Learn more about the environment of this beautiful coast at the Natural Science and Oceanographic Museum, set in a beautiful heritage building overlooking the harbour. The museum features displays of Patagonian flora and fauna, including a whale skeleton and a fascinating exhibit about giant squids. Oh gosh, going to give me nightmares. At 4, Tierra del Fuego National Park. The 156,000-acre Tierra del Fuego National Park extends all the way from Beagle Channel to the Chilean border and northwards to Lago Cami. It's a paradise for hikers, with trails for all experience levels. Using the town of Ushuaia as a base, adventurers head out onto the park's hiking trails or along the coastline to explore its dramatic scenery, which includes everything from tall waterfalls, dense forests and mountains, to beautiful glacier-fed lakes such as Roca and Fagnano. One of the most popular routes is Senda Costera, a coastal path to Lake Roca from Ensenada Bay that offers a chance to see a rich diversity of wildlife, including Andean condors. Those who prefer to see the sights in comfort can take a ride on the superb Southern Fuegian Railway, an elegant antique steam train through the park to Cañadón de Toro. And now at 3, Recoleta, La Boca and Tango in Buenos Aires. One of South America's most attractive cities, also one of the largest, Buenos Aires is often the first glimpse of Argentina most visitors will have before heading off to popular tourist destinations such as Patagonia. But the smart ones will linger here and take in the many delightful museums and art galleries housed in the splendid old colonial buildings spread across the city's districts or barrios. Be sure to visit La Boca, Buenos Aires' most colourful neighbourhood and home to the quirky Caminito Street Museum, a splendid pedestrian zone and open-air museum popular for its brightly painted houses, amusing sculptures, cafes, music and tango dancers in the streets. Fashionable Recoleta is another must and is where you'll find the Recoleta Cemetery, with its elaborate mausoleums containing the remains of such famous Argentinians as Eva or Evita Perón, along with numerous public gardens, museums, art galleries, cafes and boutique shops. Other districts to explore if time permits are Palermo and Belgrano, with their wide boulevards and palatial mansions, and in the downtown core, the delightful Plaza de Mayo. At 2, it's Perito Moreno Glacier. The main hub for tourists visiting the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Patagonia's Los Glaciares National Park, the small town of El Calafate offers plenty of accommodation options and other amenities for visitors. It's here that most visitors join excursions to see the park's popular glaciers, most notably the stunning Perito Moreno Glacier, a massive 30-kilometre long ice formation, and the world's third largest freshwater reserve, just 78 kilometres from the town centre. Really? Named after a 19th century explorer, it's just a 2-hour trip from El Calafate to the glacier's large visitor centre, and from here just a short walk to the glacier. For those wanting to climb the glacier, ice trekking tours are available that range from an hour's walk over the ice formation to longer 5-hour excursions. 5 hours? Another important feature of Los Glaciares National Park is the 3,359-metre tall Monte Fitzroy, a stunningly beautiful mountain straddling the border with Chile that is reputably harder to climb than Everest. And finally, at number 1, Iguazu Falls. The stunning Iguazu Falls lie along Argentina's border with Brazil, with Iguazu National Park on the Argentinian side and Iguazu National Park on the Brazilian side. Protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, these huge waterfalls are undoubtedly one of the most spectacular sights in South America. Visitors can get quite close to these thundering falls thanks to a network of easily accessible walkways and viewing platforms designed to provide the best possible views, including some at the bottom of the falls, an area known as the Devil's Throat. Iguazu is in fact made up of between 150 to 300 individual falls along its nearly 3-kilometre edge, a number that changes depending on the season, varying in height between 60 to 82 metres, and each as spectacular as the next. Served by an international airport in Argentina and one in neighbouring Brazil, it's relatively easy to visit, particularly if flying from Buenos Aires. And there you have the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Argentina. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. See you next time.